Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the first Thursday evening live stream. And hello to all those people watching the replay. Hi, Jerry. How you doing? David? How is everybody this evening? Hope you're all keeping well. Tonight is just a bit of a running session. Got some of my trains out running. We just get together, have a little chat. Anybody's got any questions? Put them in the chat. Hi, Pete. How's it going? This is going out on the Donegal Dad Facebook page and the Donegal Railway Model Club Facebook page as well. So hello to anybody on there. So Jerry, who is this guy in Limerick? I was trying to look last night. DCC Decoders, was it you said? I was trying to find him on eBay. Hi, Oliver. How you doing, sir? Good to see you here. DCC Decoders, is that his shop on eBay, or is that, will I find him on Google with that? So my internet is behaving a bit flaky today, so there may be some circle of doom. Let me know if it's getting really bad. I only plan to be on for about an hour this evening because I think Tim's up at 8:30. I'll put a link to his stream in a moment. Oh, he does it in kits as well. Oh, that's his website. DCC-Decoders, right. Okay, I'll look that up later on. Yeah, I've got two reversers on this layout, one on the reversing loop on the lower level, and also I put one on the Hornby turntable that I put a chip in. So anybody who's new here, you can see there's a right mismatch of stuff going around. Locos was in correct carriages. But that's how I run things here. Oh, is Tim not on tonight? Hi, Brian. How you doing? Let's have a look and see if Tim's put up a notification. Maybe it's not. Maybe it was last night's stream out popped up. YouTube's been doing a lot of strange things recently. Even though my YouTube feed's supposed to be sorted in sort of date and time order, they're all over the place. Well, didn't he say he would be on tonight unless it was good weather? No, he was going to go out and try and capture a sunset. Okay, my video that's coming out tomorrow now is going to be my attempt at painting some rocks. So it's a Woodland Scenics casts, and I've had a go at painting them. I've done a video on it. Depending on what light you look at them, they don't actually look too bad. Yeah, I think a bit more practice with them and I'll get better at it. I can put some further detail in on it next week. I'm hoping my new static grass applicator will be here, so I can make some more tufts and some flowers to stick them onto the rocks and just detail them a little bit further. Yeah, Brian, I thought you said something last night that if it was good weather, he was going to go out and try and capture a sunset again, and if not, then he might do a live. Yeah, I know he doesn't do Fridays because that's Anthony's night. That's why I sort of picked him at 7:30. There isn't usually too much going on a Thursday evening, so I thought, right, I'll just do an hour Thursday evenings, because I quite like doing the live streams weekly or during the weekdays, but work has got a lot more intensive now with things starting to open up over here, so I'm not available during the day anymore. Philip, what gauge wire you need for your bus wire? Hi, Andy. How's it going? Yeah, it's getting there, Andy. I liked your update today. It's great when you get a circular track down and you get some trains running. Philip, what I use for my bus wire is electrical cable. It's 1.5 twin and earth, which I then strip down. So I have just the blue and brown cable. I'm trying to see if I've got a bit of it lying around here somewhere that I can show you. So if I move the camera, you'll be able to see it actually on the layout. So if you look at the Denny Gold Dad camera, so you can see there's the cable I use. And then I use strippers just to pull the insulation back a little bit and solder the droppers on. Hi, Chris. How's it going? Andy, your question you asked me earlier on about the wiring of your layout and droppers. So I'm just going to swizz the camera around to this whiteboard. God, look at that belly. And I did have some pens. So the way I do mine, so I'm going to crudely just draw so you're basically got a square with your well in the middle where you are. And then you've got a circuit going around. I think it's 3 circuits you have, isn't it, Andy? So if we take that black line as the outer rail, and then this red one as the inner rail, excuse my drawing, I'm not the best at drawing. This is just for a general idea. It's probably a little bit. So if you're stood in here in your operating well, whenever you look that way or that way, you're looking towards the back of the track. So the convention I have, and it's the same one a lot of people use, Charlie at Chadwick uses it as well, is having the black wire to the back. So you always wire it with, as you're looking at it, the furthest rail away from you. That way, if you keep all that the same on your circuits, it keeps all the wiring simple and you shouldn't get any shorts. I hope that makes sense. The only time it would come in to be different is if you're using a reversing loop, because it comes back on itself and ends up crossing, and that's where you need something like a DCC reverser to switch the voltage around or the priority around. Does that answer your question, Andy? Oh, did Graham pop in there? Hi, Graham. Sorry, I didn't see you pop in there. Has anyone else popped in I haven't said hello to? Okay, that's great, Andy. Glad I could help. One of my earlier videos, I did do one on wiring, and it was putting in a bus wire for the 6x4 layout, which is DC, but the wiring is the same for a DCC. So because I ran the bus wires and done the same sort of wiring, so I could easily convert it to DCC. Philip, going back to what the bus wire, you can get 1.5 twin and earth cable from most electrical suppliers. You can get it online even cheaper, and I just get it, strip it down. So I use the two main wires, and I get left with copper wire, which then I use to make trees. So I'll put the camera back over. So I managed to do a little bit more work on my layout here today. A little bit first layer of plaster bandage and a little bit more carving. So I'll take a camera over in a minute and show you what I've done and what I plan to do. I'm hoping to get the castle kit to put at the top, and I'm looking at getting multicolored LEDs to sort of uplight castle, so I'll be able to uplight it in different colors. So that's going to be yet another project for me to attempt. Hi, St. Mary's. St. Mary's, I want to say Stuart, is that right? I'm terrible with names. Don't forget to hit that like button for me, guys. It is Stuart, so I was right. So the weather here in Donegal has been lovely the past couple of days. We've had lovely sunshine. It hasn't been too cold. It was actually quite nice and warm today in the sunshine. So we say here in Donegal, it was a fine, warm car day. It's this type of weather we go and have an Irish picnic. I.e., we drive somewhere in our car, eat our food in the car, don't get out and look at anything, and then drive home again. Yeah, I seen you subbed again, Jerry, last night, but that happened to me as well because there was someone else. I was watching someone else's stream or video, and they mentioned someone else. And I thought, yeah, I haven't seen a video for them ages. So I went to their channel, and I'd been unsubbed, and yet it was someone I watched regularly. Jilak, I think, if I pronounced that right again. I know you did tell me last time. Yeah, so the past couple of days as well, I've been busy in the museum. Finally got around to taking down the Christmas decorations yesterday. Clearing out one of the carriages that we were using for our Santa event. So I've cleared that out. Been clearing up our storeroom a little bit because nobody's been allowed on site since before Christmas. So none of the staff have been there to tidy up or move anything. So I went in today and done a little bit of tidying up in there. Waiting on the word to see when we can open. I think it's probably going to be June sometime. But I want to have everything ready, have the place looking spick and span, so as soon as we can open up the doors and welcome people back in again. So they can see the changes that we've made. As well as that, there's a lot of work we need to get done for the return of Drumbo, which hopefully will be back home in Donegal town sometime, I would say, late summer, early autumn. Hi, Kieran. How you doing? So this layout of mine, it's 4 loops. Each loop were in the station area, which you can see out of camera 3 and camera 2. That's going to be where the station is. So each line has a passing loop. And then on the that's all right, Graham, you listen away. On the Donegal DAD camera there, the second tunnel, the lower tunnel, that takes traffic down to the fiddle yard, where I've got 8 tracks for storage, a reversing loop, and a couple of smaller sidings for locos. How would 100K help? 100K would go a long way. A lot of people might know this, but Bord na Móna have a lot of 3-foot narrow gauge track, and they're shutting down all their railways they had for supplying the power stations and the peat harvesting. And they're going to be auctioning some of that off in May this year and some next year. And I think it works out about 14,000 euros per kilometer of track. So we could buy a few kilometers of track. We could buy a few of their diesel locos and some of their wagons and everything. We could use the bogies off for putting onto some of our carriages that we have, or getting new carriages built. So 100,000 would go a long way. You know, that would enable us to get a bit of track down and have something running outside the station. So if you know anybody who wants to send us 100,000, you know, we could have something up and running. like we have a lot of volunteers. We have a lot of members who, you know, donate us money and through their membership, buying our books and that we produce, all help to keep the lights on. But without a big injection of cash, you're constantly just treading water, just keeping your head above water to keep the lights on and the insurance paid. And, you know, it's something we feel if we actually had to go with the museum, we had a, you know, a proper full-size line that you could take a ride on, that would bring more people in and generate more income. But it's something we're working towards. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day. And I'm hoping it's something we can achieve in maybe the next 5 to 10 years. YouTube, it's a start, I suppose. This will be a long time before this channel is earning any money. You know, if you like, you need to be up having at least 500,000 subscribers and be putting out content every day to be making a living off YouTube. You know, and it's not just putting out content every day, but it's putting out content that people want to watch. Like the sort of stuff we do here on YouTube with trains and railways and models, and that has a very limited audience. Like most of the people in the chat here have their own channels. Okay, Chris, chat to you soon. Enjoy your dinner. Oh yeah, if I won the lottery, Graham, the things I would do. There's actually we do have a syndicate in the railway, and I wasn't a member of it for a while. But then I thought I better join it, because if they do win, they'll be gone and I'll be just left there by myself. So at least if I win it, I'm going to pay people to come in and run it. Hi Nick, how you doing? How's things down the country? Were you basking in sunshine today down in the sunny southeast? So did anyone have any of their orders cancelled by the latest round of Hornby cancellations at Hatton's? Yeah, it was actually nice and sunny and warm up here in Donegal as well, Nick, which is unusual. We've had it nice for a couple of days, so I think normal service will resume at the weekend. So that blue Mallard that's going around, that was quite a bargain. I picked that up brand new on Amazon for 50 quid. Put a chip in it and away she goes. Although I've had a couple of things happen to me recently. I don't know if anyone else has had this who's on DCC, but the chips reset themselves by just... Yeah, the chips reset themselves to 0. I've had that happen to 2. And it's not the same make chip. One was a Hornby chip and one was one of those cheap Lay's DCC chips. Right. Everybody quiet now, guys. The missus is in the stream. That's Rebecca. Repeat after me, everybody. No, I've had that for ages. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Hornby. Are Hornby just trying to keep all their sales for themselves and put it through their website and force that? Hi, Charlie. How's it going? Oh, you're watching on Facebook. I'm just putting the link in for this stream. So it goes to Facebook. So anybody who's watching on Facebook, they can come over and join the chat on YouTube. I had that with a package. Was it just before Christmas? And I was watching the tracking on it and it was going around all over the place. I didn't get it to the new year. Hi, Mark, on Facebook there. Come over to YouTube and join the chat. Yeah, it seems I had that as well, Jerry. Something came in and it said it was in Irish Customs and then it said it was in Belgium. So I don't know what that was all about. So Charlie McGowan, who probably a lot of you know, he's on Facebook. He's doing a blog on Sunday with an expert in restoring a Chevy Camaro. So that might be interesting. Anybody who likes their American cars. Yeah, it seems to be a real pain recently since Brexit. All of a sudden, people are just going, "Oh, well, now we'll charge an extra postage now for even if I get stuff posted to Northern Ireland." Oh, lost the camera. Which one was that? Let's see if we can get it back up and running. If I get it back and running, I can use it then to give you a tour of the... Oh, it switched itself off. The battery must be flat in it. If I just change the view temporarily, then we can see a bit more while I try and get another camera up and running. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up for me, guys. I think YouTube have resolved their issue where they were going around taking people's likes away. As I think the last live stream I done on a Friday, Chris was mentioning about the likes, and I was stood here watching my likes jump around all over the place. I went shot up to 13, then down to 5, and then to 8, and hi Ollie, how's it going? Hope you're keeping well. Charlie, you come over to YouTube. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're new here and you like what you see. There's more on my channel about building model railways and history of the Donegal railways as well. You can look up the talk I done from the station in Donegal town there a few weeks back. Oh, hi Ewan, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're keeping well. Just trying to get another camera back here a minute, and then I can give you a tour of this layout and what I'm doing to it so far. Nearly got it. Right. Right, I'm not sure why the camera isn't rotating. Should do. Right, there we go. Hi, Dylan. I'm just about to do a little tour of my layout here and the plans and what I'm doing with it. So if I make camera 4 the sole camera, it's going to be my roving camera. So we'll start here. So you have 4 tracks going around. The 2 inner tracks split off to go down to the fiddle yard below through that tunnel there. The back tunnel there continues on round and pops out here where there's going to be an embankment. And then it goes on around and it will come into the station here, or this is where the station is going to be located. And then in this corner, this is where the steam shed's going to be. And then the TMD. I just had a thought, when I put the camera to solo, was everyone still able to hear me? So the inner loop just goes around an embankment, around into the station. And then you can see the lower level goes down right at the back there. And then we've got all the storage yards below. The lower tracks come off there and go down through the tunnel. It's about a 1 in 60 grade all the way down. It goes all the way around the back, all the way there, descending all the time. I don't know if you can make it just out. It's a bit dark. You can just see a train there at the back. And it comes down there. Right, let's put this back over. We have a few more people pop in. RMRG Runcorn. Hi, glad to see you here. Have I missed anyone else? Hi, Dylan. I said hello. If anyone else has popped in and I haven't said hello, just say hello again. What I'd done is I worked out, Jerry, for the slope. I worked out the distance I had, the height I wanted to drop, and just done a formula so it was 1 in. It worked out. The first section I'd done is 1 in 70. Then from there I'd done it 1 in 59. Yeah, it's actually, the camera doesn't pick it up, but it is actually, you can see fine. There's enough light going through, but not for the camera. Charlie, I used to be a pilot. No longer. I now work in IT, project management. I was a commercial pilot for a while. I was actually teaching people to fly. You've been watching a few of my videos, have you, Runcorn? So what do you think? Maybe, no, maybe you shouldn't tell me. Hi, Troy. Welcome to the stream. Anthony, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream, sir. Just home from work. How was your day today teaching the masses? Hi, Charles. Welcome to the stream. Yes, we have a mixed match of trains running. We've got 5 trains running, 4 in the upper level, 1 doing the lower level loop. This section here, I'm going to incorporate this into the scenic area as well. So there's going to be some tunnel mouths on this. So you'll have a slope coming down here. So this will be part of the scenic area as well. Just to add, because then you have sort of 3 levels of railways. I'm also going to have a river, which is something I've never done the water before. So that'll be something new for me. Mark Clough on Facebook has asked me, what's your expected time frame for completion? Well, a model railway is never completed. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. It all depends on work and family. You know, I come out here when I can for a few hours in an evening if I can. I probably get maybe 4 or 5 hours a week at it. You know, it's one, it's the time. 2, it's affording the bits and pieces you need to complete it. So I would say, you know, another 12 months and there should be quite a good bit of it done. Yeah, the blue train is a class 423, which I believe is a 3rd rail. It's a lovely little set. It's got interior lights and front and rear running lights. But yeah, it's like a layout is never finished, and you always do something and then you go, do you know what, I could change that, and you rip part of it up and do it again. You know, I started building this in November, building the baseboards, laying the track. I had the track down for a couple of months, running trains around it to make sure I was happy with it, make sure everything worked. And now I'm starting on the scenic area. I want to get this corner here done. So there's sort of a good 1/3 of the layout will be scenic, and then I can move on to the station area, get that done. And then I can do the engine shed and the TMD. You know, I'm going to have a bit of a rundown area as well, maybe a broken signal box and, you know, some old derelict track, which I will probably use. I've seen this on somebody else's layout. They had done it. They had a piece of like derelict track and they used that as their programming track. So I thought that's quite a good idea. So I'll incorporate that somewhere on the layout. Yeah, Mark, it is a long-term project, but it's a hobby. You're supposed to enjoy it. It's not supposed to be a chore. You know, if you're sitting in your house thinking, oh, I've got to go out and do something on the railway, then you shouldn't go out and do it. You're not going to give it your all. I come out here to relax, do something. Of course, I end up swearing at it because something goes wrong, or I cut my hand or do something and something breaks and you're like, oh. But it's just the challenge and new skills. You know, you watch other people on YouTube doing something, you think, yeah, I'll give that a go. Like my video coming out tomorrow is painting rocks. One of my weakest skills is painting. And one, I don't have the patience for it. I don't really like doing it. But I gave it a go, and I don't think the rocks turned out too bad. So you can judge it yourselves if you watch the video tomorrow. It'll be out at 6 o'clock. Hi, Finbar. How you doing? Good to see you here. So I got a little bit more of the plastic cloth done today. If I can get most of that done over the weekend, maybe, because it's raining, so it'll be inside over the weekend. Then, you know, I've got some tunnel portals I use. This is one I've cut down, but I use these, I cast them, they're scale cast ones. So I've got to paint them up. Similar to the ones you would have seen on the 6x4 layout. You know, I've got a load of Metcalf kits here that I need to build. You know, there's loads of things here to keep me busy. But sometimes you just want to come out here, put the TV on, watch the trains go around, watch a bit of YouTube. Yeah, 21 out of the year, not the time. I'm sorry to hear that, Dylan, but yeah, YouTube was the same for me. You know, because I've been doing model railways on and off since I was, 13, 14 was when I was living in Bristol and I had a paper round and I could afford to buy stuff. You know, I've always had model railways. And it, you know, like I've got children, so they take priority. And this is the first time now in a long time I've had my own dedicated space where I could build a railway. And it's, you know, it's my sanctuary. I come out here, do a few bits and pieces, watch a bit of TV, watch my trains go around. Hi, Ronald. How you doing? Yeah, I don't model a particular era or area. I mean, we've got the Mallard pulling around some Mark III and Mark IV coaches with a 125 Class 43 dummy car. We have a Class 56 pulling around some, I think they're LNER blood and custard coaches. And we have a Class 66 pulling around some cream and brown GWR and 2 Harry Potter coaches. You know, because quite often it's you go to a show or something and you pick something up because you like it and it's cheap. I must admit now, a lot of my locos and rolling stock is 30 years old. But some of the newer locos I got, like the Class 56 I got for my birthday last year, the build on them and the weight and everything on them and having drive through all the wheels and that, it's such a difference to the models from, 30 years ago. Thank you, Anthony. what couplings do I use? That is something I want to invest in and change, because some of this stuff has got the big D couplings, some of them's got the skinny couplings, and it causes no end of derailments. The other thing I want to change as well is I want to put metal wheels on things, because some of the carriages, they got the plastic wheels which warp over time. You can't do anything about it. And especially over the double slips and the points, they tend to hop and jump, and then of course they derail, and then the whole thing derails. So I took over this area of the shed end of summer last year, cleared it out. There was no ceiling, so I put insulation in and put board up over the ceiling. There's a partition wall, I insulated that. I got one of those silverback blinds to put over the window to help keep some of the heat in. I'm going to eventually get some curtains to put up there just to help keep the heat in. There's a new door put on. I've put sealant around it, the little brush on the bottom just to keep all the drafts out. And when I come out here, I have a little blow heater with temperature control on it. Warms the place up in about 15 minutes, and it clicks in and out, keeping a nice temperature, and I can work away out here. Oh, Oliver, don't say that. That's fatal when you say things like that. Like, it has been running now for almost an hour. Well, Dylan, the main show is, of course, Worley in November time. And if I can get to, if it's on this year and I'm allowed to travel to it, I will be there. In Ireland, there's a few shows in Northern Ireland that happen. Nothing's announced or happening. I don't know whether the Dublin show is going to go ahead this Halloween. I don't know if Mark, if you're still on there, you might be in the know on that one. Because I was actually, when it was last on, which was 2019, it was on a couple of weekends before Worley. I was at it. I was actually down there representing the museum. And we had a table down there, and we had our one of our G-scale. I've got one here, I'll show you. G-scale model of a Donegal rail car. We had that in a little piece of track, like 10 foot of track, shuttling backwards and forwards. Yeah, just keep an eye out. All right, thanks, Mark. No update on the Dublin show. You're going to Worley as well, you, Nick? It'd be good to actually to meet some of you people as well if you're there. Just don't expect me to remember your names, because I am terrible with names. Yeah, I think that's something I will be doing. I want to change the couplings and the wheels. I mean, at the moment, I see Charlie put up there changing to DCC. Yeah, I mean, I've still got a load of locos that need chips, but every couple of months I buy 1 or 2 chips, re-chip something else, and just build it up slowly. How big would the Dublin show be? Well, it was quite big. I was quite surprised when I was there a couple of years ago at how many layouts and everything that was there. You know, it's one of the hidden secrets in Ireland, I think, railway enthusiasts and model railway people. There's actually quite a few of us about, but nobody sings and shouts about it. I love going to shows. You know, there's the Earn Model Show, which isn't too far away from me. There is, there's a few up in Down around Belfast that are on. But you know, we used to hold a show in Donegal at the Railway Centre, but it sort of fell by the wayside over the years. So it's something that when we get Drumbo back, we'll have different spaces available for people to bring their layouts to and put on show. But again, it's something that would fall on my shoulders to organize, and it's finding the time to do it is the problem. Yeah, that was my first time at Worley as well, 2019. I just remember being totally blown away by it, walking in there and you know, when you walk in there and see they had a double-decker bus, they had was it a steam carriage as well, or electric carriage, a steam engine, and a big hopper in the hall, and they were nowhere near each other, and it was like, that shows how big it is. Saturday was just chaotic. You just couldn't really get near the layout. Sunday was a lot quieter, and you could get around the layouts and have a look. But I really enjoyed it. Met a few of the YouTubers I watch. At the time, I didn't have a channel, and they were asking me, "Well, what's your channel?" I was like, "I don't have one." And then it's actually now, I put my first video out in February last year, and then my second video didn't go out until around this time last year, and I've been more or less putting a video out every week since then. So yeah, Worley has a big attendance. I remember we flew out, my daughter came with me, and we flew out on the Saturday morning from Dublin, and we landed in Birmingham, I think it was about 7:30 or something like that. So we walked down to the NEC, we seen where it was to get in, we had our pre-purchase tickets, and then I said, "Oh, we'll go and wander around, get something to eat, and we'll come back near the opening time." You know, I could see people queuing up already, and I thought, why are they queuing up already? It's like a couple of hours to go. And then when we came back, the queue was stretching all the way around the NEC, and I was like, that's why they were queuing. But it didn't take too long to get in, and it was just mind-blowing. You know, all the layouts, and you get some great ideas from it, and you think, oh yeah. Well, this hoodie, Nick, is from Pennies, and there's a guy in town who embroiders crests. So what I've got on there is, this is actually, it's the Donegal Railway Heritage Centre crest, and then I've just got Donegal Railway on my back. So he does quite a nice job of the embroidery. So I've had a few shirts and hoodies done up with it on. Yeah, do check out Worley, Dylan, and yeah, thanks. Like, everyone on YouTube has been an inspiration. We all feed off each other. I've got to know so many people over the past year through chat like this, being on other people's streams and people coming onto my own stream. Yeah, I was very nervous when I'd done my first video. I didn't show my face in the first video, and my kids constantly ripped the piss out of me with that first video. And then I thought, right, the second video, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to show my face and do it. And then after I'd done a few videos, it became second nature. And then I haven't had any negative comments yet, apart from my own kids. I'm sure they will come, but I think I'm pretty thick-skinned, so I think it won't bother me. Yeah, that's my daughter Rachel with her train set, which is what started off. That was the excuse for building that 6x4, was it's going to be for Rachel, and now it's ended up it's going to go and be on display in the county museum. Yeah, my great line in there going, let's build you a baseboard. I don't know what I was going for there. But if everyone watches my first video, you'll see what I mean. You can have a good chuckle at it. Yeah, it is all about confidence, Oliver. Like, I don't particularly like doing public speaking. And like doing this live stream and chat here, I'm looking now, there's 26 people watching, which is one of the highest I've ever had. I'm relaxed. When I was doing one of the live streams from the museum, I think the first one on the Swilly, there was something like 300 or 400 or something, and I seen that number flash up, and I was like, all of a sudden my voice went squeaky, and I was, whoa! And I done a Zoom call for somebody. They wanted someone to talk about the railways, and I was chatting to them beforehand, and they said, oh yeah, people are coming in. Said, oh, we've put out the 400 invites. And it was like, oh well, yeah, 300 people have turned up to watch this. And I was like, oh, I wish you didn't tell me that. Did I miss Mike come in there? Did I? Hi, Mike. Welcome to the stream. If I missed you, sorry. The chat is actually going a bit quicker than usual. Yeah, the nerves do get to you after a while. But it's good when there's chat like this. You can interact and you can keep going. Sometimes if you're doing a stream and there's only a few people in it, the chat sort of dries up. Like when I'm watching you, Anthony, you seem to keep going and going and going, and you just never seem to stop. I'm like, how does he? I'm normally. Mike, all right, I see who you are now. Hi. I'm Mark, is my name. Yeah, I say I'm usually a very quiet, sort of shy person. Be someone who comes up and says hello. I'm just more, not reserved, but just quiet. Yeah. If someone comes up and starts talking to me, I'm a bit like a rabbit caught in the headlights, like going, oh, what do I say? Unless they're a fellow train enthusiast and we can talk for ages. Or if they're a pilot, we end up talking about flying for ages. You save it all up. Pete knows you. Okay. I've seen that today. The 30th of April is when the model shops will be allowed to open. So I'll finally be able to get into Modeller's Corner in Enniskillen and have a look around. Even though I don't think I'm supposed to be crossing the border, I'm not sure what the rules are. So I must admit, Modeller's Corner in Enniskillen have been quite good. I've rang them a few times and they've posted stuff out. And they're doing the click and collect now as well. So they are allowed to do that from Saturday there, I think. No, it's not a lot of work, Dylan, to set up a channel. I use my mobile phone for doing the filming. When I first started film, I just used the earphones and mic that came with it to record the sound. And then as I've done more and more, then I got this Rode mic, which improved the sound a lot. And the other thing big thing is have your lighting, which is why in this room I painted all the walls white and I put a big fluorescent light up to light everything up. I find that very hard to believe, Anthony. Well, hopefully I'll meet you. Is it next year you're coming to the UK? I think you said you were going to come to Northern Ireland. I'm still waiting on Tim to come. So he asked if when he was coming over, could he camp in my garden? I said, yeah, sure, no problem. And then I got a lecture of my missus going, what have we told the kids about talking to people on the internet? I was like, yeah. I said, so you've talked to someone on the internet and now you're letting them camp in our garden. I was like, yeah. Well, it's like that. I've been talking to you guys now for almost a year, and good. I'll show you around, Anthony. I'll give you the tour. Show you all those secret sites that the tourists don't see. Charging for the privilege, yeah. All right, let's just. That's very sad, Mike. But, you know, that's one of the good things about the internet is you can get out there and you can meet people online from relative safety. You just have to be careful. Because people mightn't be what they say they are when you're talking to them online, unfortunately. the only subscribers of mine that I've met are my missus and my kids. And there's one other guy, Seamus, who lives not too far away. I've met him. That's about it. So apart from relations, there's no one else. Okay, Ewan, I think I'll be wrapping it up shortly now anyway, because I only wanted to go on for an hour. The throat's getting dry. Need to go and get a drink and have a snack, and then I might sneak out here and see if I can do a little bit more with the hillside. So yeah, stay safe, Ewan, and I'll see you again. Yeah, what is your daughter is quite a big YouTuber, isn't she, Charlie? What is it she does? Is it your daughter and her husband or boyfriend? Like, I'm up over 700 subs now, which I'm really surprised at, you know. Which reminds me, if you're new here, don't forget to sub. Yeah, give me a shout. You can contact me through the Donegal Dad Facebook page or email. And we can meet up at the museum and I'll show you around. Yeah, well, Kieran, I try and upload once a week. Now, I missed a couple of weeks there a few weeks ago, purely because I just didn't have time. And as well as that, I don't always want to just rush a video and put something up just to say I've put something up. I want to try and keep the quality up and make sure it's something that people want to watch and people find interesting. Most of my videos are all how-to videos. Running sessions like this are just on the live chats usually. But I always encourage people when I'm doing these sort of live chats for people to ask questions. And Mark's Models, how are you doing? What kind of aircraft did you fly? It was only Cessnas. It was only 172s, 152s, PA-38s, PA-28s. I did have my twin engine rating, so I flew a Seneca a few times. I'll have to ask my kids, Charlie. Okay, Oliver, I'll catch you next time. So I'm going to try and do these weekly on Thursday around 7:30, because there doesn't seem to be too many people on around that time. So Mark's Models, I've been in your place a few times. Anytime I'm down in Dublin, I have to pop in there. I suppose you have no idea when you're actually going to be opening, because I have to be down in Dublin on the 30th of April for an appointment. So I have my letter and excuse to travel. Yeah, Dylan, do it. Give it a go. You know, you can film anything. Go out rail fanning and film some stuff and put it up on the YouTube channel. You know, if you do get a channel, you can come on here. I'll share your channel out and get a few views. And What's that link you're putting up, Nick? Oh, when you went to... when did that go out? I can't remember seeing that one, Nick, and I've watched your channel for months. I remember the one where you went to that model place. The model exhibit was in, oh, was it in Hoth? Somewhere else I want to get to. Yeah, I might bring my video camera along and go down to Mark's models and do it as well. Because one of the things I found with the lockdowns is people who were doing videos of their shops. It was great to watch the video because as they were going through, you were looking at stuff and spotting things and go, oh yeah, I want that. They've got that in stock. Oh, get it off them. Thanks. Those wagons, they were, I think, for a birthday a couple of years ago. I think Hattons were selling them off for $5 each. So I asked for my birthday, just everybody to get me a wagon, just so I had a rake of them. Well, Nick, whenever lockdown's over and you can travel, you can come up to Donegal and do a video of the Railway Museum, which is something I want to do as well. I want to go around and do a video of Fintown, which has got Railcar 18, up to Coltra, where they've got a lot of the Donegal railways. They've got 10 and Phoenix and Railcar 1 and Blanche. Get into the Foyle side, have a video of there. Go down to Cavan and Leitrim, go to Strad Valley. You know, all these different places in Ireland. Yeah, I had, whenever I go back to Bristol, because that's where the in-laws live, do a couple of the videos, you know, Avon Valley, West Somerset, East Somerset, go up to Severn, Gloucester and Warwickshire, is it? Or Cheltenham and Warwickshire. Go around them. Didcot, I love Didcot. If anyone go to, because it's just great. You can walk through the engine shed. You're stepping over the track. You can climb into all these different steam engines. It's brilliant. Last day I was there, it was absolutely freezing. It must have been. It was December because they were doing Santa specials, and I don't drink tea or coffee, but it was that cold that day. I actually bought myself a coffee just to warm my hands up. Anyway, I'm going to call it a day there, guys. I've been on now for an hour 20. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Don't forget to hit that like button on the way out and subscribe if you're new here. So I will be doing these hopefully every Thursday at 7:30. So you're welcome to come along. You can see the progress on the layout if there is any. Ask any questions and I'll answer them. And if I can't answer them, there'll be somebody in the chat who will be able to. So thanks for tuning in, guys. And I will catch you all next time. Bye for now.